Hello everybody, happy Monday and welcome to De-Stress Week. My name is Jada and today I'm going to be walking you through how to make coconut macaroons. They're a really fun, really quick, really easy dessert and I really encourage you to bake along with me if you have the ingredients or just watch along because it will be a real hoot. Alright, so first of all we're going to preheat our oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. We're just going to let it heat up while we mix together our ingredients. And speaking of the devil, for our ingredients, I will list them right here, take a screenshot if you need to, but we are going to need 1 1/3 cups of sweetened shredded coconut, 1/3 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, 2 large egg whites at like room temperature, and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Alright, let's get started. So first of all, in a small or medium bowl, we're just going to put our 1 1/3 cup of shredded coconut. And next up, we're just going to add 1/3 of a cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And that will be our dry ingredients. And what I like about this recipe is we actually only have to use one bowl. So the dry ingredients go in first, we mix them up, and then next we're going to be adding our wet ingredients. Alright, now let's talk about our wet ingredients. So for the eggs, we actually only need the egg whites, not the yolk. So you can use that one water bottle trick, you know the one? It's like you squeeze an empty plastic water bottle and it just sucks the yolk right out of there. But today I'm just going to use a spoon. Ooh, hey, nice egg crack. Hey. Ooh, maybe. Ooh, no. Success. Alright, and once you have your 2 large egg whites sorted from the yolk, you're just going to put that in with your dry mix. And then last, but certainly not least, we're going to add half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Alright everybody, so now that we have our wets and dries in the bowl, we're just going to mix. And you'll know you're done once it looks kind of just like wet coconut shreds. And here's what our macaroons look like all mixed up. As you can see, it's kind of just a wet consistency. You are now going to line your favorite baking pan with parchment paper. Except what I'll notice is I will never rip the parchment paper the right size for the pan, so you are going to have to do some trimming. Now, once your baking sheet is ready, you're just going to put teaspoons of your mix onto the pan, and you're going to continue doing that until you have no more batter or dough or whatever you want to call it left. Alright, and now that you have all of these on the pan, they're like that big, you're going to put them into the everybody. So now we are going to leave our macaroons in the oven for 18 to 20 minutes, though your oven may be different, so just make sure you're checking up on them every so often, just to make sure they're not a little too crispy. I mean, unless you like your macaroons crispy, but I would suggest not doing that. And while those are baking, I do also suggest you take the time to do something productive. I'm going to go take care of some very important business. Alright guys, they're looking pretty done to me. Alright guys, so you will know when to pull them out of the oven when they are golden brown and they will still be a little bit squishy. That's okay. And if you have one, I would highly suggest letting them cool for a few minutes and then moving them over to a drying rack. Alright, so now that you've got your lovely macaroons set out, you're just going to let them cool. You'll know when they're cool because they will be not hot and they will be more solid to the touch. And once they harden, you can actually do things like melt chocolate chips with some milk and then put a drizzle over top of them if you want them to be sweeter or something like that. I would highly recommend that. Turns out pretty good. Or you can just leave them as it is and it is wonderful. And as you can see here with my melted chocolate chips, you can easily make a nice little, maybe an overstatement, but you can make a little drizzle on top and it is scrum-diddly. Alright everybody, and after all of that, here is our plate of finished coconut macaroons. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you baked along with me, or maybe even enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making this, and I miss going to school. Happy De-Stress Week!